guys, and welcome to Starting Out Solitary. My name is Amanda, and this is like the umpteenth time I'm going to record this. But I'm going to try making it shorter because it looks like if I get past like 5 minutes, this thing cuts out. So, um, we're talking about a year and a day. And if you guys already know, I've already tried a year and a day. I tried with Mirth and Reverence at the Greystone, or the Annie Mirth and Reverence. She has the Greystone Path. I tried that. Couldn't do it because family issues came up. Really good information if you're into that thing. She's very detailed and she tells a lot of like stories about her personal life and stuff like that. And she has really cool like fun comparisons like with movies. Like I can't remember the movie, but it was really The Little Shop of Horrors she compared to. It was awesome. And then I tried the Wicca Year and a Day before that by Timothy Roderick, and I loved Annie's um program. It was informational. I was learning stuff. I was understanding the meaning and trying to get it in depth. I just realized that I'm not Wiccan. Like that, I don't know if hers is specifically Wiccan, but I know she does practice that. So, and then this book was specifically Wicca, and it talks about like everything, like harm none, do as you will, and stuff like that, and I just don't follow that, and the threefold law, not to a high extent, but it is in there. Also, how they connect with the god and goddess and stuff like that, it's just a little bit different than how I actually practice it. And then I can never get past the day 11 in this book because it's meditation. And the thing is, what I've noticed about this book, well, I already know, I already have my own meditation practice. I already know the witches' symbols and stuff, like especially what they had there was really basic stuff and what they meant to me. I already know about the Sabbaths and what they mean to me and how I celebrate them, or how I choose not to celebrate them, the god and goddess, connecting with them and stuff like that. Like, and then they gave you rituals and stuff to do, but I have my own rituals. I have my own cleaning methods. I have my own cleansing methods and stuff like that. So it was really hard for me to do it, especially, I mean, I probably would have been able to do it if I got it at the beginning of my practice, but considering I got it just like last year, it was really hard for me to do because it was really redundant. Um, Also, with the year and a day, I feel that it's more coven based. Like, it's a tool for covens to get initiates on the same playing field. Like, they all know the same basics and stuff like that before they actually start doing rituals with the group and stuff like that. So they understand what the ritual is doing. So you're not stopping in the middle of ritual to do and tell them like, oh, this is what we're doing and this is why we're doing it and stuff. And that would be redundant for everyone in the group. So if they go through the year and a day, they're pretty much on the same basis. If they still have questions after the fact, they can obviously ask them. Also, I feel like it's a tool to weed out the people that are like, for the weekend practice, to say, to like, if you're going into a coven, to weed out the people that are just there for a quick fix, or they don't really get it, like they think we're Harry Potter and we're like, slap, there's money, or flick my wand and there's a light. The kind of like Hollywood style things. I feel like it also would help try weeding them out, kind of thing. Not to say that if you don't practice Wicca and you want to do the year and a day, you could. And I mean, I don't feel bad for not doing the year and a day, is pretty much where I'm getting at. Because, one, I'm not Wicca, and I do respect the religion and stuff like that and their practice, and that's awesome for whoever's in it. I just can't do it. But I also don't feel that I was missing out or I'm not a witch because I didn't do it, because even though a year and a day, all that stuff they learned in like a year and a day, obviously. I learned mine over a 4-year period, 4 or 5 year period, and I got more out of it because I was learning what I wanted to learn when I wanted to learn it, and I flowed through it because I would start learning this, find something in this to learn off of, and it kind of made a little web of learning for me, and now I'm just kind of going off on my own. Now that I've learned all the like the technical stuff, like how to cast a circle and cast spells and all that other stuff, well, now I'm getting into the history, and now that's the second part of my practice myself. Like, I still cast spells and I do that, but I'm getting into the history, going back into the lore, like going back way into like the Celtic, how they practice and stuff, because that's kind of the pantheon I'm kind of sticking with. I might go Greek, I don't know, but I know I'm looking into like the traditional British whatever. I'm looking into the trials and all this other stuff. So I got to do this on my own. Like, I got to flow with it on my own, and I got to learn everything they did in the year and a day on a different thing, on a different path that was more unique to me. Also, with it, I don't believe in everything they do, so it was really kind of hard to go through it, especially when they talk about like the threefold law or the harm none and do as you will kind of thing. It was really hard for me to do that because I don't believe it. I also believe in a whole bunch of other stuff that I guess I could get into. But mostly that's what I believe that the year and a day is for. I don't necessarily think you have to do it to be considered a witch, even though it's probably a good tool to weed out the people that shouldn't be in this craft or give you an insight to be like, hey, do you want to be in it or do you don't want to be in it? And I think it's a good tool all in all, but I just don't practice it. I haven't completed one. I don't feel less of a witch because of it. I don't feel less of a person because of it. I don't feel like I just failed the universe because I know for the longest time, for at least the last couple of years, I was like, crap, I have to get this year and a day done, otherwise I'm not a witch. I have to get this year and a day done, otherwise I'm not a witch. And then I was hell bent over it all the time because I wasn't doing it or couldn't get through it, and I just felt less and less of a witch, but that's not actually true. What makes me a witch is what I practice and what I know on my own. I mean, like, this is a really good tool, and I'm going to keep saying it's a really good tool, that I just don't believe that we all need to do it, but it's probably a better tool because everyone, possibly anybody who ends up practicing, you might get those ones that aren't actually committed, they're just there for the labels and stuff, but I think you get that almost anywhere because people are people and they're going to do stupid human things. So that's just kind of how it is. But I'm going to wrap this up so I don't get cut off again. But if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Gosh, I always sound like I'm leaving like a message, like the ending message on a telephone or whatever. But until next time, you guys, bye.